Okay, so earlier today I was asked what loadout do I use when I play, and to be frank, I kind of just roll with whatever the, not flavor, but whatever I feel like for the week. And my loadouts are all different. I use all these. All these loadouts are for Warzone. They're not for multiplayer. But we'll take a look. I'll just talk about a little bit about them. So this one's Johnny Kills. I'm using the M13 silenced. These are my attachments for the gun. The M13 does not have a whole lot of recoil, and with these attachments it has even less. This is a pretty good gun for headshots, and not a whole lot to tell on that. RPG for my secondary, EOD, Ghost, and Amped for my perks. Reason behind that, if you don't already know, EOD is just so I don't get rocketed or C4'd. You know, I have a chance of actually surviving those. Ghost, so I don't get seen on UAV or heartbeat sensor. Amped is just for the faster weapon swap, and it also reloads your rocket launcher faster. Lethals, for this one I'm using C4 and heartbeat sensor. C4 for this loadout in particular would be just for vehicles. Heartbeat sensor is just to track people down, of course. Now, the next one is my crossbow loadout. This is what I use for the attachments. On the crossbow, I do change these out from time to time. I do like an optic on it, but for this particular loadout, as of today, I was using it for a little bit more of a close combat use. RPG as my secondary. EOD, Ghost, and Amped, again, for my perks. C4 and heartbeat sensor, same thing as the last loadout. This one's my riot control. So I'm using the riot shield, and I'm using my M13 silenced. For the secondary, I'm running EOD, Overkill, and Amped. Thermite and stun grenade. The reason for these two are because when I'm running a riot shield, Thermite is pretty awesome on Warzone because you can use it just like a knife. You can throw it at them, and if it sticks, it's going to burn them to death. And the stun grenade is to slow them down. So then you can, you know, either get your lethal on them, or they're slowed enough where you can even swap to your gun. This one is just for Ghost. So towards the end, I normally pick either this guy, or I'll pick like the crossbow or Johnny Kills. These are kind of like my in-game loadouts, but I will pick them at the beginning from time to time. Again, it's just based on my mood, who I'm playing with. You know, is it quads, or is it trios, duos, or solo? But on my Ghost, for my MP5, I am running this monolithic tactical. The 10mm rounds, sleight of hand, and close quarter stock. Gun can do some damage. Secondary, just a pistol. Show the attachments on it. This is just for an emergency if I need to do a quick swap after run out of ammo on my MP5. I'm running double time, Ghost, and Amped on it. The double time makes you run a little bit faster when you crouch. You also have that tactical sprint for a little bit longer as well. Ghost you already know, and Amped, same thing for faster weapon swaps. Simtex, I figured because I'm using this gun more so as close quarters, the Simtex is something I would prefer, or a thermite, or even a throwing knife, but a lot of times the throwing knives won't give you that one-hit kill like they do in multiplayer. So Simtex works for me. Heartbeat sensor. This one I could change to a stun, but because I use this a lot of times as my end game for Ghost, I switched to the heartbeat sensor just so I can have that, because towards the end this really helps out a lot, especially for the guys that come from the gulag and don't get the last loadout. This is my ammo loadout. the main thing on this is I'm using the fully loaded perk. So this is when you get out of the gulag and you have a loadout there, but you don't have any extra ammo. So like if you were to get your regular loadout, you'll spawn in with whatever ammunition. So I would spawn in with 60 rounds on this one gun if I did not have this perk. So this will give me, I forgot what the max is, I think it's like 210 or something. So as soon as I pick up this gun, I'll have 210 AR ammo and I'm ready to go. RPG, Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and Tracker. Just to switch things up, Tracker is, it does have its perks. I've used it, not a whole lot, but when I do, it can pay off. You can, especially if somebody's running away from you, you can follow them. Frag grenade and heartbeat sensor. Again, the lethals, that's all up to you. You can pick whatever you like. For this particular loadout, I picked the frag grenade. Frag grenades are great for bouncing off walls and clearing out campers. My overkill, this is my close quarters combat, and this is my long range. Now at the moment, the Lonely Lagoon, this will probably get swapped out. I just wanted to play around with this since I earned it earlier. The attachments are the same, I believe, from my other MP5. It's the same to me. This is what that gun looks like if somebody hasn't unlocked it yet from that, it's an event in the Battle Royale. Overkill and EOD and Shrapnel for the perks on there. Frag and Stun. Now, my Odin, I love this gun. It's actually a really fun gun to play. I like it because it's so strong. I believe it has like 12.7 millimeter rounds, which is freaking huge. That's a little bit smaller than a 50 caliber. Use the Colossus suppressor, Odin, factory 810 millimeter, tac laser, the 3.0 optic, and 30 round mags. This gun, if you hit him in the chest or head, it's just about a 3 bullet kill. It seems like most of the time I can hit 3 rounds to the chest or head and lay her down. That's going back to it. This gun right here is great for long range. I mean, you can have a battle against a sniper who's 250 or 300 meters and you can still put that sniper in his place. I run EOD, Restock, and Shrapnel. So this is more of a aggressive approach. This is like early game loadout. So like if you buy your loadout before even the free one drops, this is a really cool perk combo that I like to use. The EOD is just, again, so if we're hunting, if we're doing like bounty contracts or there's campers in the building, EOD is excellent to have. The Restock is another really cool perk. So the Restock, if you're not familiar with it, this recharges your equipment. So let's just say we do a bounty. I'll end up having 2 tacticals and I'll have 2 lethals by the time, you know, we get to whatever team it is. And the reason why is because not only the Restock is restocking my tacticals and lethals, but this Shrapnel perk, when you add it with it, it gives you an additional lethal equipment piece. So you can have 2 tacticals and 2 lethals. And let's just take the scenario of you're at the farm and you know how all those houses are, those little 2-story houses that people love to camp. Man, you can throw a stun, then throw a grenade, so then they can't run away from the grenade. It will damage them. Throw another stun, throw another grenade, and then by that time they're either dead, injured, and you can run up in there and finish them off. You also, remember, have the RPG, so if you get them hurt, you shoot that rocket in there, they're eliminated. This is a really aggressive playstyle right here. Now, I will say that the Odin is not the best for close quarters combat, but a lot of times when I'm using this, I'm playing it in squads, so like a trio, so there's usually somebody that already has a close quarter gun, and I'm just kind of the support, shooting rockets or grenades, stuns, frags, whatever. This one, you can actually take close quarters. It's a little bit better than the Odin. The Odin really does suck close quarters. I would take the GRAU over the Odin for close quarters. but the GRAU is not really a close quarters gun. I'm just trying to tell you that the ODEN is awesome long range, mid to long range. The GRAU is more of a mid-range gun, but can be used short range a little bit. So that would be this loadout right here, pretty much the same stuff. Here's the attachments on my GRAU. Commando 60 rounder, tac laser, the 26.4, and the monolithic. Great recoil control on here. Either just as good or better than M13. It's hard to tell. I feel like the M13 has better recoil. Pretty certain on that. But this gun does a little bit more damage. So that's one of the perks. Until they nerf it, I'm sure that the nerf's inbound. Okay, so here's my overkill for this one to be short to mid-range. So I'm not using the sniper. I had another overkill that uses the sniper. This one is if my playstyle is going to be short to mid-range. So you got the MP5. Should be about, I think, the same setup. This one actually looks a little bit different. So this one's different. I'm using the Commando 4 grip, stapled grip tape, sleight of hand. I think what I'm doing on this one is my super close quarters. So there's like no mid-range on this guy, if I recall. Yeah, like I'm taking range out and I'm just adding. This is more just pure close quarters inside of a house gun layout. And the reason why is because I'm using the mid-range right here. So on the sniper, it's a little bit different. The sniper I'm using, the MP5, where it's close quarters, but it has a little bit of range, so I can get in a mid-range fight if I need to. This one, since I already have a mid-range gun, there's no point for it. And on the M4A1, I'm using the M16 Grenader, monolithic, Commando 4 grip, 60 rounder, and the stapled grip tape. With my cute teddy bear right here and my pink lower and upper receiver. Not a whole lot for this one. This is a great gun. This is like, if you're just want an all-around gun that probably won't ever get nerfed, probably this gun. I feel like the M4A1 is pretty solid. Using kill chain on this one just to mix it up. Kill chain's pretty cool. So if you buy the loadout early, so that means there's still houses out there that haven't been looted, you can use this kill chain perk to help you out. It gives you kill streaks. So you can just, if you open any crates, you have a better chance of finding like a UAV or an airstrike. So if you think about it, just finding like one airstrike's what, $4 grand, I think? Could be wrong, maybe it's 3,500, somewhere around there. But you can think of it like it's cash, so you can get a decent amount of cash off this kill chain. And plus your teammates can use it as well. So if you were to get lucky and you went to a place that has a couple boxes or more than a couple boxes and you were able to get a few kill streaks off of it, that's a lot of money for you and your squad. Overkill and tracker, because tracker is pretty fun to use. My last one, this is just because I purchased the bundle. I have them together. I haven't used it in Warzone yet. Probably should though. These are pretty cool guns if you don't have them, because they will ice up the limbs. They'll freeze your limbs, the enemy's limbs, and so when he dies, like the arms will come off and the head will explode. Pretty cool effects. And this is here's the attachments on them. So this one is a SCAR, has the Commando 4 grip, the 30 round max, stapled grip tape, close quarter stock, and the compensator. Shoots pretty well. I don't know. And this one's a striker. Very cool looking guns. I like the skins on them. Compensator, the poly barrel, 4 grip, 45 rounder, and the F-Tech. Using cold-blooded, overkill, and amped, C4 and heartbeat sensor. So after what's all said and done, remember that you can pick whatever you want when it comes to loadouts. It comes down to your playstyle, and you should also consider, if you play with regular people, y'all should have should base some of your loadouts off of them. So if you already have a sniper in your group who loves sniping, you know, that's always his first loadout, then you should just let him be the sniper and you be maybe a close quarters guy or a mid-ranger. This one's gonna be my latest baby. I'm gonna start using this a little bit more just for fun. I'm gonna test it out. It just seems like it would be really neat. I've used the riot control or the riot shield with a pistol, and I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I should just try it with overkill. So walk around with the riot shield and use it for whenever I actually need it, and then swap to the M13 and use it for all the other scenarios. I feel like this could come in handy. This might be really cool, or it might not. This might totally backfire and just be trash. But I'm willing to try it out. It should be fun. Okay, well, that's all I have. I don't know. Just figured I'd show what I'm using right now. Maybe I'll do another video of what I'm using a week or two from now. See if it's changed any. Thank you for watching.